Right, shalom, shalom. Giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the men of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there pushing this truth in all sincerity in the four corners of the earth. It's your brother Yakwinah coming at you with a quick lesson and a little something I realized watching some TV and listening to some people talking on TV. You know, in the vein of the whole predictive programming thing. It was really interesting how it just kind of all came together. You know, brothers are into that whole. They've been watching this series called Utopia, and I think it first started in the UK, and then America. I guess America got the okay to do it, but they did their own version of Utopia. So there's two Utopias out there. There's one done by the UK. It's like a cult classic, and then there's one that's done by America. And of course, we're watching the American one that's on Prime. And it's just very interesting about basically how these upper elite scientists are creating viruses to kill people and this, that, and the third. And it just showed up on TMZ. They do TMZ. They kind of bring out some news, man. Some things that are going on in the world. It used to just be all Hollywood, but now it's they're talking real stuff. This C-19 stuff is really affecting everything. So, it's we're coming into some exciting times. It's going to be a little out there. Right here you can see they killed about 17 million minks in Denmark due to COVID-19. As they say, due to COVID-19, but who knows? Anyways, let's get to this.
Alito from the Supreme Court, and this is extraordinary. He spoke to the Federalist Society, and he is saying out of the gate, he said, I am not telling you how I'm going to rule on anything. I'm not going to say whether something is unconstitutional. I'm not going to give my opinion about the various legal restrictions with COVID. And he said, but I'm sure, going to get misinterpreted here. People are going to assume it. But the reality is, he's dropping hints about how he feels.
This sounds to me like you are going to get an idea of his opinion when you hear this.
We have never before seen restrictions as severe, extensive, and prolonged as those experienced for most of 2020. The COVID crisis has served as a sort of constitutional stress test. And in doing so, it has highlighted disturbing trends that were already present before the virus struck. The vision of early 20th century progressives and the New Dealers of the 1930s was that policymaking would shift from narrow-minded elected legislators to an elite group of appointed experts. In a word, that policymaking would become more scientific. That that dream has been realized to a large extent.
That's Donald Trump speaking. That is Donald Trump saying we're giving power to an elite group of scientists.
So, hold on.
That to me is the essence of Trump's.
But he didn't offer an opinion there about that. He just said, stated as fact that that is largely the case now, that scientists are calling the shots.
You can say that, but then you listen to the rest of it, and we're not going to play.
We all have our reasons for being in this world. We all have our purpose. Utopia is a story about a genius scientist who made horrible viruses.
Ebola, MERS, Zika, predicted in dystopia years before the first case in the real world.
Yeah, you're one of those, huh? It all has to mean something.
What have you done today to earn your place in this crowded world?
You want to stay alive? Come with me. I need to kill every single person who's seen Utopia.
Everything in Utopia is real.
And yeah, so you can see there that there's, there's this thing called predictive programming that's really displayed right there. You can see in, and I don't know how much this is predictive programming, because this is already started in Utopia just kind of came in. So, but you could see instances of predictive programming, and we'll get the definition in a second, all over. I mean, it's just all in the American media. It's all over. Like, you watch movie Contagion, you watch just everything. The Simpsons. It's everywhere, man. If you know what to look for, if you're paying attention, and if you even give a shit, which most of our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the Israelites of the Holy Script, the Israelites, a lot of us just don't care. But anyway, we have a definition here that I found online from Alan Watts. It was pretty good definition. Predictive programming is a subtle form of psychological conditioning provided by the media to acquaint the public with planned societal changes to be implemented by our leaders and leaders. If and when these changes are put through, the public will already be familiarized with them and will accept them as natural progressions, thus lessening possible public resistance and commotion. So that's that's just something that the upper elite use. They use this media as a form of control, and to control the masses. I mean, it's not, Esau is he's not gonna, that's a part of their, how you say, the wine of this place, Babylon, which is America. It's also a part of the wine and the, I think you have military might, media, and like education, science, or science so-called. But anyway, I'll grab a couple scriptures real quick. Bear with me. All right, this is 2nd Esdras 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And that's what the prophets are doing right now on highways and hedges. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. That's right, when you hear the word, you're supposed to, write these things down, especially the things that really catch your spirit. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. That's right. So there's going to be a lot of people that are against the truth. They're not gonna like it. They're gonna buck up against it. Salakia. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So all those people that lack faith, that don't believe, they're gonna die. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, and that's Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. You see, so, that, these viruses and these vaccines, they're just going to they're going to make matters worse. And looking at this predictive programming, it looks as though that these upper elite and their scientists are creating these things. That's part of Esau's sword and his wicked devices. We all know about the Georgia Guidestones that are I think in Elberton, Georgia, speak on population control, basically killing millions of people to preserve the world, so to speak, and keep the balance of it. That's what they say. But we got here Job 14:5, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So this devil doesn't realize, well, he's not going to be able to perform his enterprise, and we'll get that as well. But also because the Lord sets his bounds. This is the Lord's movie. All right. Yeah, this is the Lord's movie, and this devil is on the way out. His kingdom is on the way out, man. Babylon the Great is through. It's Job 5:12. He disappointed he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And who's that? Who's the crafty? The crafty are those wicked elite bankers. These Edomite wicked elite bankers that lead that ride this beast, that whore that rides the beast. They control all of that. America, the beast, all of that. Those are the leaders of Esau, Edom. And with that, I want to give all glory, honor, praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Shalom.